If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code REMA, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. So what's up guys, it's Ash here, and welcome back to a quick video on the channel. In today's video guys, we have some 4-4-2 custom tactics and player instructions to help you out in FC24. One of the best formations again this year, very basic but very overpowered and fits the meta of this game very well guys. So just before we get into the video, I would very much appreciate it if you could drop it a thumbs up, as it does really help me out. Sub to the channel if you are new so you never miss out on any videos of course, and then don't forget to turn on those notifications. And yeah, with all that aside guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get right into it. Okay then guys, so quickly going over the tactics today, pretty similar to always, but you guys know how this game is now, very linear, very basic, and you pretty much have to use, you know, a limited set of things in order to be efficient. So yeah, for the defensive style guys, in the tactics we have it unbalanced, as it does give us the best control over our defense. When we want to press our opponent, for example, we can do that. When we want to drop off and be that bit more passive, we can also do that. So I highly recommend balanced as opposed to the pressure tactics, as it does give you more control. For the defensive width guys, I would advise anywhere between 40 and 50, as it does give you that nice narrow and compact defense to block out those attacks through the middle. I don't suggest going any lower than 40 though, as you need to have decent width to cover the wider areas in case an opponent goes down the wing. So you want to be narrow in your defense, but not too narrow at the same time. For the depth guys, you can pretty much use whatever you want. If you're one of those people that wants to use 71 depth and let the AI press for you and congest the middle of the pitch, that is absolutely fine. Or if you're like me and want to have a bit more manual defense and control when you press, you can have a depth of like 60 to 65, where you still have that high defensive line, you're just a bit more in control. Now for the build-up play guys, I always recommend balanced, as it does give you the most controlled, varied type of build-up. When you use balanced guys, you can pick and choose when and where you use each type of build-up. Also, these individual settings are really bad, and they don't help you out in any way. The AI sucks for all of them, and it doesn't really do what it suggests, but that's just my opinion. Now for the chance creation guys, I highly recommend direct passing, as it's the only way to consistently create chances in this game. When you use direct passing guys, your attacking players will make runs, defenders follow your attackers making those runs, and then that attack will track back once that defender's overcommitted, and then there's like a greater space between the defender and the attacker, so you can pass across to them or cut back. It's basically the only way to score in this game, so I do recommend it. Now for the width guys, I just have this on 50, it's the default, really balanced. You have decent width in attack as well as being able to play narrow when you want to. I really like it, but you guys can lower it or up it depending on what you require. For the players in the box guys, we have this on 6, so we can get a few players into that penalty area, but we don't overcommit everybody to the point where if we lose out on possession, we're not always going to get counter-attacked. For the corners, I have it on 2 because sometimes I cross, other times I play it short, and again, I don't want to overcommit. And in the free kicks, I have it on 1 because I never really cross it. I'll only really shoot or play it short, so I don't want to overcommit or, you know, risk getting counter-attacked, but do what you want with that. Now for the player instructions guys, both of the strikers, very basic instructions I have to say, but we have them on stay central and get in behind. Stay central obviously keeps them in the middle. We don't really want them drifting out into the wider areas, especially since we've got like that right mid and left mid to go down the wing, as well as the fullbacks. So we want them to be in the middle so they can be relied upon and they can kickstart our attacks just by us pinging the ball into their feet, things like that. You always know where they are, and it is very useful. We also have them on getting behind to force those runs out of them, because on mixed attack these players can be very static, especially when your opponent is using pressure tactics, and they won't really do a lot. So getting behind is very important, as well as that stay central instruction. Now for the right mid and the left mid guys, we pop them on come back on defense, cut inside, getting behind and get into the box across. Come back on defense just ensures that they will take up the correct defensive position and get into the shape that they're supposed to. Basic defensive support, sometimes if these players do not have that high defensive work rate, for example, they won't correctly come back and fill in that defensive position that they're supposed to. Come back on defense forces this and make sure that they will actually defend. Cut inside means they start their runs out wide and then transition into the more narrow areas. It's a really nice attacking AI movement that I like, and it's very difficult for your opponent to defend, as it gives you like nice through ball opportunities and things like that. We also pop them on getting behind because we want them to obviously make runs down the wing. Again, they can be static on mixed attack, and we don't really want that. We also have them on getting to the box across, so when they get near the penalty area, they will commit into the box and they will, you know, finish off those chances for us. So it just gets them more involved as opposed to them being passive. For the left centre mid, guys, the more defensive-minded midfielder, stay back, stay on the edge of the box cross and cover centre. Stay back because this guy's more defensive. We need that balance in the midfield. We can't have both of them going forward all the time. Otherwise, again, we're just going to get cooked on the counter-attack. So this guy's going to stay back. If he ends up going forward, he will only go to the edge of the box. He won't commit into the penalty area. So if we lose the ball, you know, he's at least a bit further back to help us out defensively. And then cover centre, so we will cover the middle area. For the right centre mid, guys, we use a more box-to-box style player. So on this player, we leave them on these default settings so that they can do a bit of everything. They have that freedom. They can attack, they can defend, they basically do what they want. And then also cover centre, so they will cover the middle. For the fullbacks, guys, whichever one is your most attacking one, so my one is the left back, we pop them on balanced overlap. This gives us extra width and is especially useful when we have the right mid and the left mid on the cut inside instruction, because like I said, this cut inside instruction makes these players run into more narrow areas, leaving space for this fullback to join the attack and overlap for us to add that extra width. So we'll have players in the narrow areas and the wider areas, making it very difficult to defend against. For the other fullback, guys, the more defensive ones, stay back and overlap, so you always have at least 3 defenders back at a time. But when you send them on the overlapping run forward, they'll give you that extra width. Also, for the 2 centre backs, we leave them alone, and the keeper, we also leave them alone. But yeah, guys, they're my tactics and instructions for the 4-4-2. If you guys have enjoyed or found this useful, please be sure to drop it a like, sub to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to turn on notifications. And with all that aside, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.